back. Let's do GWR. So we're at a spot where actually a lot of tiles are being upgraded really fast. And he has tile points and doesn't know where to use them. But he could, actually what he wants to do is he wants to get Birmingham more accessible. So we're gonna grab what are we gonna grab? See, right now he's in the southern part of London and he can't get to the northern part of London. So if he does this, he can now go from London around and get all the way to Birmingham. It's a really convoluted path, but he can do it. And yeah, it works. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but it works. Okay, so he has a 3 train and a 2 train. So his 2 train can go from London to Lille and then through Lille to get whistle stops. And here I can point. So if he goes through Lille, he can get this whistle stop and that one. So that will be his 2 train. And then his 3 train can again go from London to Lille, because remember you can reuse ferries. And then he's going to use this new route to go all the way to Birmingham. So he's going to get 2 metropolises in one run. So this is where London does very well. So we got 60 for London, 40 for Lille, and then the 2 whistle stops for 20. That's 120. And then 60 more for London, and then 50 for Birmingham. And then we said 40 more for Lille a second time. Okay? And then we're going to get 3 whistle stops from that route. That's $300 for the run. So GWR is king. It just made more money than everybody else. And it is Lord Wellington. Why would you not be surprised? So at $30 a share, let's go get Wellington some money. Actually, lawnmower is next. So can we do that? Yeah. Well, no, let's just go pay. We gotta go pay. Trying to cut corners this late in the game is not gonna pay off for me. So at $30 a share, we have 3 shares, so that's $90. So I'm going to give him $100, put $10 back in the bank. And then we come over to here, so 7 shares times 3 is $210. So $210 for GWR. And you can already see he's almost ready to buy another 3 train. Just in one turn. Boom. It's an amazing thing what getting there can do. And the quicker you can get there, the quicker you have that edge over the other players. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, lawnmower is next. And lawnmower is not going to have many track upgrades. Lawnmower is in northern Britain. And he can't go through Lille because he would have to leave Britain and go around and then enter Britain a second time. And you can't do that for a route, in case you were wondering. So he is stuck going north towards Scotland here. And so he does want to upgrade this, so he will for 2. And I'm just trying to see what would work there. Now you might be noticing there's these weird, didn't mean to do that. This little knobby here with a 0 next to it. All that's saying is I can lay track that goes into the ocean that way, and it's safe. Like, the rules allow me to do that. And it's probably because the designer recognized that's a weird spot in order to fit the tiles that are available in the game. He put that there intentionally so you could do something like this and have a viable track that you can lay there. Okay, so that's 2 track points. And I think, you know, like, he can upgrade his own city. It doesn't do him any good. You know, he does have to run 2 trains, so maybe there's reason to do that. But he's going to run a 3 train, and I think he wants to put a token here because he likes the idea of going to Narvik as well. And if he puts a token here, he'll be able to go across this ferry without having to pay a penalty. And so for a lawnmower, now the other thing is lawnmower does have the ability to go around and through, and so he can actually lay track in, like, Paris, for example. So that's another option that he has, and I didn't actually think about that until just now. Oh, this is a tough choice. So no matter what, lawnmower is paying $20. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Oh no, his next token is $40. Okay, lawnmower just paid $40, not $20. And he's going to pay the $40. Oh, he can't do this. Because if he can't lay in Paris yet, because we're not allowed to go into other countries. So that settled it for him. He's going to go up here in Scotland. So I know it seems weird, but now he can do a 3 train from 1, 2, 3, and then he can do his 2 train from here in London, and I guess he's going to have to just do this crappy city. So let's upgrade the crappy city so he can at least get some extra revenue from that. And I'm just trying to figure out one that works. Okay, so for his route, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then count 3 whistle stops along the way. And then from here, he's going to go this way, because remember, he can't reuse track. So he's going to go 1, 2 for his other train. He's not going to make as much money as GWR. So let's see here. We have 60 plus 40 plus 60 plus 30 plus 60 plus 30 plus 20. Actually, he makes exactly the same, 300. And I think the difference is this is a $60 stop. This was only a $50 stop. So what's crazy about this is I actually never even used this. That is crazy. Okay, well, it worked out. So $300, that's $30 a share. And we only have 2 shares, so $60 for Wellington. So that means 8 times 3, it's $240 for LWR. That's an amazing amount of money. Okay, sorry about this. So Wellington made himself some nice money, and he just got $240 for a lawnmower. And lawnmower, I just realized, doesn't even have a 3 train. So all that numbers and crunching was for nothing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to rethink about this. He has to take away... Oh, what a stupid mistake. So 60, 100, 160, 190 was his 3 train. His 2 train was less than optimal. So his 2 train would have been for 60, 120. Okay, so his 2 train would have been 120. So we're going to take the 300 minus 120. That's 180. And then we have to just basically $18 a share, take it away from both players. So 18 times 2 is 36. So 25, 35, 36. From him, and then 18 times 8. I don't know that off the top of my head. 144. So we're taking 144. So I'll take 150 away and give him $6 back. Now, he should have plenty of money, though, to buy this 3 train. So we got $100 right here. And then this is 50, 200, 10, 25. Oh my gosh, he was really close to not being able to afford a 3 train, but he did get his 3 train. I forgot all about that Lawnmower was unable to buy his 3 train last time. Excuse me. There's plenty of 3 trains left. So we were worried about, no, he may not have time. He has plenty of time. So coming back around, Lawnmower moves up. Next up is MSP, then Plum, then KBS, and then Chin. So MSP, as you know, is the Russian company, and he has a million things to do from a track point perspective. But in terms of his routes, though, those are pretty much set for him. He has I'm making sure I check his trains. He should have a 3 and a 2, and he does. So for MSP, the routes are simple. Moscow is worth 50. This is worth 50. And then over there in Sweden is worth 50. And he for sure can hit all 3 of those with his 3 train. And there's 3 whistle stops along the way. So the bigger question is his 2 train. But his 2 train can also... no, it cannot. I was going to say it could also take the port over, but after it lands on the port, it actually goes on some track before it actually hits the... Here, I can show you. You can normally do infinite C-zones, and you can, except look, you have to land here, and then you use this track to get to the red zone. Because this red zone does not have a port. The port's down here. So you can't reuse that track twice. So I can't say his 2 train's also going to go there. That doesn't work. But so here's what I need to do. I either need to get another token somewhere else, which is probably what I'm going to do, or I need to just run out of St. Petersburg and go to Finland where my J is. Oh, sorry about that. Oh no. I just made a big mess. Oh, okay. So what did I just do here? I made a huge mess. I knocked track everywhere. Okay, believe it or not, I actually got it all fixed. Okay, so, see, I picked this up and I carry it around, and I think it gets bent from me carrying it around. Okay, so Finland, I can do a 2 train from here to there. So I don't have to worry about routes, but I'm thinking I want to buy a second token anyways and put it like somewhere down here. So now I can just do another route way down here. And also bear in mind, we want to count this whistle stop. So I don't want to take up Moscow because you want to leave, when you have all the companies in the country, you want to leave them open. You don't want to block them because then you're blocking your other companies from being able to go through those same spaces. So track-wise, let's start laying some track. And I'm going to, there we go, make sure this thing doesn't fall over. Again, I am going to pay 20 bucks to lay a $20 token down here in Sevastopol with MSP. That's the first thing. So we're going to be way down at the bottom, and we can take advantage of that. The next thing I'm going to do is spend 4 track points to bypass Moscow. Not because I want to bypass Moscow at this point, but just in case. Because like I was saying, people could block us. They could come in and fill up all these spots in Moscow, and then I can't go through it anymore. So by putting this in for 2, and then replacing this for 4, I'm now preserving that I can skip Moscow if I need to, and still get my whistle stop, which is the big one I want all my companies to hit. So that's 4, and then for 6, I want to do another upgrade, and I'm just going to get a whistle stop that's off camera. It's not even important. I'm not even sure I'm going to use it ever. Okay, so why upgrade whistle stops that aren't important and I may never use? The government companies. The governments benefit from having everything upgraded. So you want to help your government as much as you can if you're planning on having governments, which Russia is planning on having at least 2 governments, I'm thinking. So MSP, we're going to do the 3 route the way I explained, and then we're going to do the 2 route from Sevastopol here to where MKV is. And so I can show you, it's right here. Sevastopol up to where MKV is. That'll be the 2 route. So we're talking 50 plus 50 plus 50 for Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Sweden. And then we're going to get our special whistle stop for 20, and then 2 more whistle stops for 20. That's 190. Then we're going to get 40 for Sevastopol plus 40 more. No, we're not going to do Sevastopol. We're going to do Finland, where Jay is. And the reason we're going to do Finland is because we're going to get $50 for St. Petersburg, which is $10 more. And then there's 2 whistle stops there. Yes, we can do 2 whistle stops, and here's why. There's 2 ways out of St. Petersburg. Well, no, we can go through Finland and hit this whistle stop. So 1, 2, yeah, we got it. That's a $300 run. That's just as good as Mr. Wellington. And so Mr. Russia tells him to snub it. So that's a $300 run, and for MSP, he has 3 shares. So that's $90. So moving this over, we're going to give him 100 and take 10 back. And then, of course, MSP has 7 shares, so that's 210 bucks for MSP. And he already has the trains he wants, so I think he's going to hold. Yes, he's going to hold on to that. That will help him a lot later. And that's for when we do our OE run. So he wants to do an OE run very, very soon. And I think he's going to be able to. Okay, next up is Plum. And we wanted Plum to do an OE run by now, and he's not going to be able to. But what can Plum do? What can Plum do for you? All right, so Plum has a couple issues. Number one, he does need to get to this port. So he has to pay 20 bucks for a port, which puts him even further behind from getting to his goal of an OE run. And he could not do an OE run without having a token at this port. So that's the first issue. The second issue is he does have track to upgrade, but there's really nothing to upgrade. I guess he will do this whistle stop. So he's going to do that for 2. And then he can do three, 4, 5, and then 6. Now you might be thinking, okay, what was the point of all that? I will never run a train along that track, but if I'm going to have a government company here, which I think I will, again, you want everything to be upgraded as much as possible. Even the crappy cities need to be upgraded. So connecting to everywhere on the map is important for your government companies. I don't have any government companies yet, but if I have the track points and I have nothing to do with them, I'm going to at least help out my government companies. So Mr. de Gaulle is planning on having a government company in France, so that will help him to do this. Okay, so he has a 3 and a 2 train, and you might think that that's quite a pickle for him. However, France has this I was going to say there was Algiers and Tunis, but Algiers got the port going this way. I was going to say he can use this port and go to something down here in Africa, but he can't. So instead, he is he can't go here. And you might be wondering, well, why not? Because this is a private port, and you can't use private ports unless you have a token there. So that's the issue he's experiencing here. And so he can easily do a 3 train. That's no problem. He can go 1, 2, 3, right? From Paris to here to here. But what's his 2 train going to do? He can't reuse any track anywhere. So he can obviously start here for 1 stop, but where's he going to go is the question. And there's no port for him to go to. So he's in a bit of a bind. I don't think he can run his 2 train because he doesn't have a second city to go to. We can do his 2 train from here and just get the 2 whistle stops, and then he just won't have a second city. So he'll at least, oh, right here, look, there's a port there. So you're going to go leave this city and go to that city and then just count these 2 whistle stops along the way. It's not a huge amount of money, but it's better than nothing, which is what we were possibly going to have to deal with. So he's got 50 for Paris, 40 for his Plum location, and then 40 for the port, and then 30 for whistle stops for 160. And then 40 more for the port, and then 20 more for that port in Italy, and then 20 more for whistle stops. So it's a $240 run. That's not bad. I mean, 300 is what some of the other companies are getting, but 240 is still pretty good. And Plum desperately wants to be able to buy a token, but we're going to have a stock round in between. So de Gaulle's going to make sure he's going to get his OE run in the next operating round. We just got to make sure that the trains don't get purchased before then. So he will pay out. We have 3 shares of Plum. So $72 goes to Mr. de Gaulle. I'm giving him 75. and putting $3 back. And let's see, 24 times 7 is $168 for 50, 60. I can actually give him $170 and put $2 back. So that $170, just guaranteed, he's going to do an OE run next turn. And DeGaulle doesn't even have to do anything. He's got enough money right now to do an OE run next turn. So unfortunately, this was the turn we were hoping he would do it by. So we're going to be delayed by 1 turn. Hopefully that won't hurt him. So Plum is done. He's plumb out of turns left. And we move this up. So now it's our guy, KBS. And remember, we still can't lay track outside of Germany. So we can't do an OE run with him or anything crazy like that. But we do see a double whistle stop we can upgrade. And I'm praying that there is a double whistle stop left. So far the answer is no. Oh my gosh, the answer really is no. There's a lot of tokens in here, I'm just making sure. Oh my gosh, the answer is no. There are no double whistle stops left. So I can't upgrade that, which is not gonna kill me because it's still worth the same amount of money. But that hurts. KBS does have a 3 and a 2 train. And we need to really seriously think about what I'm doing here because I need to be able to run a 3 and a 2 train. And right now, I cannot go to Hamburg, which is where BHB is. And let me scoot this up a little bit. See, where BHB is, I can't do that because this is a straight through. So if I came in this way, I can go to BHB, but this is straight through, so this is going to an empty spot here. I can lay 2 track and get to BHB that way. And that's not a bad idea, in fact. If I put a token here in Berlin, I can go 1, 2, and then even into Vienna, down into Austria-Hungary for my 3. But then I would need my 2. Oh, that's actually what I am going to do. So I am going to do this, 1 and 2. So my 2 route, my 2 train is going to go that way. And then I will pay the $20 with KBS. I do have it, thank goodness. And let's get our second token in the game out and put it in Berlin. So we're going to go from Berlin to Hamburg, and then we're going to get 2 whistle stops. So here's 1 for 10. And am I willing to pay the $30? I don't have $30, so it doesn't matter. My company does not have it. So I only get 1 whistle stop out of that. But that's fine. And then I'm going to add $60 for Berlin a second time, and then 40 for where B is located, and then 50 for Vienna, which is off your map here. And then I'm looking to see, do I have 3 whistle stops? I have 2. So then I'm only going to be able to add 2 whistle stops to that. So I did a $280 run. Had I gotten the 2 other whistle stops that I couldn't get, I would have been at $300 just like Mr. Wellington. So this would have been an excellent run. It still is an excellent run at $28 a share. Times 3, we get $84. So I just gave myself 85 and took away 1. And 28 times 7 is $196 for KBS. So we definitely hit our number. I already have a 3 train, so I'm not going to buy another one. and we move up on the stock. So this big stack of doom up here is moving up. Okay, next up is Chin, which is the other OE run candidate. I can assure you we're gonna make our number. So let's just go look at Chin's situation. He has $105. If he had $125, he would have done an OE run this turn, but he can't. So, and why is that? We need $125 to buy one of these tokens. He can't do an OE run without it, and that's the only thing preventing him and Plum. They both need $125 in cash to buy one of these. Plum has enough now. Chin will as well, as soon as he's done with this turn. So here we go. We're gonna do 1, 2 for his 2 train, or actually he could even go down here and get a whistle stop. And then for his 3 train, he's gonna do 1, 2, 3 to Madrid. He does have 6 track points. He does see himself running a government here, so oh, I will find one eventually. I'm just looking for a tile. I'm looking for the helicopter or the plane propeller type of tile. I know we've used several already, so there's only so many, but there should be more than just the 2 that we used. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna upgrade this one. So now he can bypass Madrid if he needs to and go to Portugal. That's 2. And we're gonna go ahead and upgrade this one for 4. Like so. And he has 2 more still, and he might as well just help them out here. He doesn't mind. He's going to have a government here, so these all help him. So he'll do that for 6. And so yeah, let's do his runs now. He's going to do, there's only 1, 2 whistle stops, but now that he did this, he can actually get this whistle stop here for a 3rd whistle stop right here. So he's gonna get 3 whistle stops total amongst both of his trains. Even though he could count 5 whistle stops, he doesn't, there's no more than 3 he's gonna be able to get. So I just added $30 for that. So then he's gonna do Madrid to oh. He's gonna pay $20. I'm gonna get him some change here real quick. He's gonna pay $20 and he's gonna put a token in Madrid over on that side. So he can run from Madrid to here for 1 route, and then Madrid to here for the other route, and then to there. So plus 50, plus 40, plus 40. So that's a $250 route, or run. So he's running from here down this track to there and counting a whistle stop and whistle stop. So it's a 2+2 train, right? Then for his 3 train, he's starting in Madrid. He's going this way. He's getting this whistle stop, this one, and then he's going through the port to here. So that's his 3 cities and 1 whistle stop. In both cases, you need to have at least one of your tokens, right? So by him buying this token here, he can do this route, and then this token allows him to do the 3 train route that way. So that gives him a $250 run. So at $25 a share, it's $75 for Mr. DeGaulle, who doesn't look shabby in the money department. And then Chin has 7 shares. That's $175 for Chin. And without any help from Mr. DeGaulle, Chin is also going to be doing an OE run. No problem. Okay, so Chin's moving up on the stock board. So I just moved him up. And this big stack of doom, Chin is at the bottom. And then we go to here and WW is next. My battery is very low, so I'm hoping to try to finish these out. But if I don't, just understand I tried my best. So let's go to WW. WW, remember, was the one that was in the pickle. And Russia, Mr. Tchaikovsky, helped him out with his other companies. So WW is now connected all the way through. And the only thing that's preventing him from doing something is he can't go to St. Petersburg because it's already full. He can go to it, but not through it. So WW is for sure going to pay 20 bucks. WW does not have a lot of money, but it at least has 20 bucks. And it is going to very proudly put a token right here in Moscow and get out of this dead zone over here, which is great if he can connect to Berlin, but he can't connect to Berlin. So he's going to do that. He has 6 track points. So remember, we're all in here helping each other. So WW will start to lay some track. And I'm just fixing some things that were broken from the camera. Camera bounced things. To be quite honest, there's not even a lot for WW to do. The one thing we may want to do is bypass this city right here. And it is a nice $40 city. There's no doubt about that. But bypassing cities just helps you to get, like I said, you can get to Constantinople for less money. So what he can do is we can just set up for it to make it easier. We're not necessarily going to bypass it right now, but just to set up for it, we can upgrade this for 2. And then we can upgrade this one for 4. And if somebody's willing to pay the 30 bucks, they can bypass that city. WW does not yet have a 3 train, and so he's not going to pay the 30 bucks. He's the worst person on the planet to do that. So what he's going to do instead is we're going to just upgrade a whistle stop along the way. This one right here. Like so. Okay, so WW still only has a 2 train, so he's going to run from Moscow to St. Petersburg for 50 and 50, and he gets to count this special whistle stop for 20, and then of course another whistle stop for 10, so he's at $130, $13 a share. We only have 2 shares of WW, so $26 for Mr. Tchaikovsky, and then whatever 13 times 8 is, 104 for WW, a much needed infusion of money. And I'm going to just take 5 and put $1 back. So looking at WW's money, I know it's just off camera here. Let's come around. $100, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $200. Not enough for well, he can get a 3, but he would have to forego the whistle stops. Oh. He's not going to do it. WW's been pretty tanky so far. The fact that he had a good run, we're just going to be grateful for that and move on. He actually made his numbers, so that part's no problem. So he moves up, and now it's Lizard's turn. So more of the same. Lizard's in St. Petersburg. Again, it's 6 track points. And Lizard also does not have a 3 train, but he is in much better shape to get a 3 train. So he is probably going to get one this turn. So we're going to spend 6 track points, and I'm just going to keep upgrading whistle stops. This for 2, and that for 4. And for nothing better to do, we'll get that city in for 5 to help the government. And then we're going to start working towards, we can actually get this bonus for 6. And okay, so Lizard's done. Lizard only has a 2 train, so it's the same exact run. It's going to be 130 bucks. So we have 3 shares of Lizard, unfortunately. So 13 times 3 should be 39. So we're going to get $40. I'm going to take 50 and put 10 back. And then Lizard itself is going to get 13 times 7, $91. So we're going to get $91. So if I take 100, I need to owe $9 back. So I take 100, I owe $9 back. I don't have 9, but I have 10, and then I just take another 1. Okay, so we have 100, 200, 25, and I still have $50 left over. So Lizard got out of his funk, and he has a 3 train and won't be as bad as WW at the moment. So he's good. So let's go move him up and see who's next. And look at the game taking shape. This is a mammoth board, folks. I have a very large table, and this is taking up a lot of it. So we move that up. RCP, that's Portugal, that's Mr. de Gaulle. Okay, maybe I need to back it up a little bit more. He's sitting pretty. He has a, he just has a 2 train. So his run is simple. It's just a matter of his 6 track points. So he'll spend 2 for this. So for sure, which one do we want that to be? So we're going to go ahead and do something like that. And now he has 4 more track points. So what he's thinking is, obviously we have a run from Madrid to here, and then we can keep going to here. So we can use 2 different trains to do things. But sometimes you want to just go from Madrid to here just once, and you want to add some whistle stops along the way. So if we can get this connected, we can at least get these 2 whistle stops in the run. That's where my mind is, but it's not super helpful, but it'll be something. It's better than not spending any track points at all. RCP is not too awfully interested in helping everybody else, but it'll at least do that. He has a 2 train, so he's only going to be able to, this is still his better run. Madrid, actually it sort of works out to be the same, but this will be the better run for now. So 40, 80, 110. So RCP's at 110. We only have 2 shares of it, or Mr. de Gaulle only has 2 shares of it, so he's going to get $22. So I'm grabbing that money right now. And then RCP gets $88. what did I say? He made 110. He needed 90. So he moves up on the stock board. So that's good. So let's see if he can afford a train. He has 100, 75, 85, 95, 205, 215, 225, and he had maybe $7 in ones over there. So yes, he's able to get his 3 train, which is part of the thing I was talking about. These 3 trains are going to get sucked dry, especially next round. They're going to go very fast because we're going to have a stock round where we're going to be able to buy shares of companies, and companies are going to get a lot of money. But just for those of you keeping track, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more of these to go. So that's still a pretty decent number. Now it's Bell's turn. Bell also does not have a 3 train, but it probably will after this turn. With 6 track points for Bell, there's not a lot to do, but he will get some money. And here's what I mean by that. We're going to go 1, 2, and then this is going to be 3 for $30. So he's going to hit that for $30. And I'm going to grab that money now before I forget and give it to Bell. And he still has 3 more. So 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then as far as run goes, he has a 2 train, so he's going to just go from Paris to himself for $90, 100, 110. So $11 a share, same deal. De Gaulle gets 22. He gets 88. And I'm pretty confident he can afford a train. He had enough money and $16 to spare. So he was just able to do it. This is pretty good because De Gaulle has not invested any money in these companies. He's been so focused on his OE companies. The fact that they were able to get 3 trains on their own, that's because he picked good companies. They just make good money on their own. They don't need a lot of support. So now we go to Mav. This is the Medici company. And so Medici is thinking about blocking us off from Berlin. He thinks that might be a grand and wonderful idea because we blocked him off from Austria. So he's going to do that. He's going to spend $20 to block us from Berlin, and he's going to go right here in this spot, and all these companies will no longer be able to use that path to Berlin. And we will get angry and gnash teeth. As far as track points go, there's not a lot going on. So he will upgrade. This restriction of not being able to leave our country is killing us right now. So we're going to do this for 2, and I think that's it for now. Like I said, the restriction's killing us, so I'm going to go over, take $20 from Mav, and then we got to see what kind of trains he has, because that might make us lay more track. Who knows? Okay, Mav does not have a 3 train yet, so this $20 may not be well spent, but Medici's a you know what, and so he doesn't want to help anybody. So we're gonna block that, and then he's gonna do a 2-run. So he's gonna do Berlin to where we just put the new token. So that would be 120. So $12 a share. So looks like we're gonna have 36 for Medici. And then 84 for Mav. So let's do the 36 for Medici. 25, 35, 36. And then for Mav, we said 84. So 50, 75, 85. Mav has to have $1 over here, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. All right, hold on. 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Mav, let's move some stuff around. Okay, so here's 100, 225. So he was able to buy his train pretty easily this round. That wasn't the case the round before, but he will get his 3 train. And as I was saying, these 3 trains are dwindling fast. So the time is running out for those of the people that want to do OE runs. And Mav is done, and so the only thing that's left is SB, which is us. And we have some work to do because they just blocked us from Berlin. Okay, so looking at the situation, KBS tried to help us out here. And so that's, I think, what we're going to do. We're going to lay a track here. Unfortunately, SB can't go that way. B, the company B can, but SB cannot. So we have a 3 train and a 2 train, and Mav really put the screws on us. All right, the 2 train is going to be these 2, and then the 3 train will be 1, 2, and then it goes all the way around, and you'll notice there's an F City over there. So let's go upgrade the F City so we can at least get a little bit of extra revenue out of it for 3. So that hurt our revenue a lot. The Berlin is worth way more. So 40 plus 50 for the first run. I'm realizing I got to get a token somewhere. Yeah, we're good there. Then 50 plus 40 plus 30, and then I can only get 2 whistle stops. I can only get 1 whistle stop, unfortunately, so 10. We just did a 220 run. That was a very poor run for us. I'm not happy about that. One of our track points, by the way, is going to be here, and we're going to put this on so we don't have to pay for it. So we're going to get that started. I need to get my OE run in. So at $220, we have 3 shares. So we're going to get $66. SB is our poorest performing company right now. Medici really screwed us. And the fact that he got to go 1 turn before us did not help. And 22 times 7, we do get 154. for the company. And that ends the round. We're going to come back and start the stock round, and we will start it with player 1, Medici. And I'm very low on battery, so I have to take a break. Thanks for watching. I'll get these uploaded.